Alrighty, welcome back everybody to the Tradewaiters podcast, the comic book club where we read a different trade paperback every single week. I'm Daniel, you're Nathan, we're brothers, we read comics.
And it's only taken us 205 weeks to get to probably the most famous Avenger.
Yeah.
Iron Man.
Yeah.
We're finally doing it.
Haven't we done like 2 Captain America books?
We did Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
And then
did we do
we did the Falcon Captain America.
Right.
What's his name? Sam
Wilson?
Wilson, yeah.
Did we do the Ta-Nehisi Coates?
No.
No? Okay.
No. I don't think we've done anything from him other than Black Panther.
So we did one thing.
We did one thing.
Okay.
As I said that, I remember Black Panther, and so I had to change my sentence midway through. But thanks for pointing it out.
No problem. We got different time codes in our description. We got the book, which is The Invincible Iron Man, The 5 Nightmares. Volume 1 of the 2008 run. You know?
Yep.
We got the Back Matter Matters and the poll list, but we start with the news.
Daniel, hard-hitting news that I just found out today. I just clicked on this article because I got clickbaited. Do you want to know what I got clickbaited with?
What?
Wonder Woman and other Golden Age superheroes sure cared a lot about milk. And this is a whole article about every time a couple Golden Age superheroes like Wonder Woman had milk-based storylines, and I guess it was to fight against the milk price gouging or something. So that's interesting.
That's bizarre.
I didn't read the article, but I like the level of effort that was put into this.
Yeah, thanks for sharing. In local news, Doc Shaner's coming to Phoenix Comic-Con.
Oh, really?
Yeah, isn't that
Dude,
sick?
this is going to be a sick Comic-Con.
That's all right.
It's going to be...
I think I'm only going to get stuff signed by him, honestly.
Donnie's coming.
I don't have any
Mr.
Donnie
Cates.
stuff.
You don't have any Cates stuff?
I like
You
not.
can get that big poster signed. Just bring that.
Excuse me.
The big Silver Surfer Black poster
Yeah.
for a book you haven't read.
Don't judge me.
It's okay.
We got Fantastic Four casting news,
Oh, yeah?
and Cousin is going to be the thing,
Yeah.
which is pretty neat.
I think that's good.
I like it.
Which look are you wanting? Are you wanting like a CG thing, or are you looking for more like first Fantastic Four movie? Like
I think if they
prosthetics?
it looks like with the announcement they're doing like some sort of like it's based in like the 60s or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it could work with like prosthetics if you like keep it in that era, you know?
Yeah.
But
Because
like it'd have to look like really good.
it would have to look pretty good. I think it'd have to be a little bit bigger than that first Fantastic Four movie.
Bigger.
A little bit.
Oh yeah, bigger than him.
Yeah. But the CGI one looked weird because he didn't have pants on, you know? And I feel like he needs pants or shorts specifically. I think pants is a little much.
Definitely some shorts. Maybe like someone's in the costume and then Cousin's just like voicing him and they like CGI like his mouth and eyes kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think like seeing like the texture, you know, and like knowing that it's real might add a lot to it.
Mm-hmm.
But
what do you think of the rest of the castings?
You know, we've seen this like fan casting for like a year, I feel like.
Yeah, we've seen it for
and
a
I'm
long time.
like, yeah, that's cool.
I like Vanessa Kirby. I think she's cool.
Yeah. Pedro Pascal could
Pedro
work.
Pascal, I think he's a good actor. I think he'll do good.
The other guy,
I guess
sure.
he's from Stranger Things.
Yeah, he's the one with like the...
I'm sure he'll be good. As long as he's charismatic or whatever, that's pretty cool. So yeah, and it's not like confirmed it's in the 60s, but it seems like it's pretty heavily implied with the poster. I think that could work
really well.
I think so too, because
like the other versions have been modern.
Yeah, they can get caught in some space adventure for however long, or like some time travel thing for however long. Because that's
it would just like explain as to why like they're not around.
Here, yeah, and I think that would be cool.
And they're still like Marvel's first family, you know, if they said it there.
Yeah, same director as WandaVision, who I think did really well with all the different time periods and stuff in that show.
That'd be dope.
I'm super excited. Daniel, you know the amalgam stuff?
Yeah.
Did you know that there was a Ghost Rider / Wolverine amalgamation called Helverine that's coming in May of 2024?
I did not know that.
And this is what he looks like. It looks pretty cool.
It's just,
It's Ghost Rider
with
Wolverine
with
but
flaming
Benjamin
claws.
Percy is going to be writing it, so I think he's done pretty
good. If you
good.
were to give me like 3 guesses, I probably would have guessed Ben Percy for some reason.
He's been on Wolverine, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so. Wolverine and Predator?
Yeah, he's been Wolverine Predator.
Is he on that Wolverine and Ghost Rider book that came out? Is he just
good
continuing
question.
that?
I forgot that was a thing. Wait, do you think the end of that
They merge?
they merge?
Dude, what a what a blue balls move, dude.
Yeah, I like specifically that there's a skull, like his head is a skull, but the flames make the shape of like the wings of his helmet.
It's a bit of a sweat, but
I love that. I think that's cool. But yeah, that's coming in May 2024. I don't know who's drawing it. I don't think they wrote that down. So pretty cool. Oh no, artist Julius Ota. Don't know who that is.
okay. We got a trailer for X-Men 97, Nathan.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. I saw the highlights.
Looks pretty cool.
And
I didn't watch like that cartoon, but looks pretty cool.
people love it. It's got a good intro.
I like the soundtrack.
Yeah, and then there's that scene where he supercharges fucking Wolverine's claws.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Does that mean that they'll explode though?
Yeah. I don't know how they're gonna figure that out. I mean,
okay. We'll finally be able to read like the Chris Claremont run with Jim Lee, you know.
that would be kind of cool.
Read a 90s X-Men comic.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Hell yeah.
Daniel, we mentioned last week, I believe it was, that Chip Zdarsky and Chris Anka are coming back for the White Trees, but they also have another project that they're working on called the Whisper Queen.
That's the comeback. That's like the White Trees.
Oh, that's the chapter. Oh, I thought it was its own book.
Yeah, and I brought this up last week. Thanks.
Yep. Okay, 3 issues. Be excited for that. Daniel, other news.
It's 3 issues?
Yeah, I guess that chapter is 3 issues.
Okay. Nope. You used your turn.
Okay, fine.
Nathan,
Yep.
Tom Taylor is ending his Nightwing run with a 5-part ending in May.
Is it going to be, do we know what it's called? Is it like Nightwing's fucking dead now?
The end.
Oh, okay. Nightwing, the end.
And it'll be with Bruno Redondo,
Let's
which
go.
is cool.
I really enjoyed when we read that.
Yeah, no, I was like, I'd be so stoked if I just like pick that up randomly and like, I'm like, oh, it's a new start.
Yeah.
You know, I'd be like, this is so good. I'd probably keep picking it up.
They were so creative with it. And I feel like it'd be such a satisfying run to read in its entirety.
I don't think they did anything necessarily like
new. It's just good.
New.
Though.
Yeah. It's just good comics. And
well, they have
done
Bite Wing.
Well.
That was a good one.
That's not like what saved it. Like,
yeah, I didn't need saving. But
it was just like, it was just well written and
well drawn.
True to the character, well drawn, you know.
I think Bruno got an Eisner for the covers that he did on that too.
Mm-hmm.
But they also had that one issue where it was all like through Nightwing's like first person perspective and he's like swinging through the city and shit.
Yeah, they do a lot of fun stuff.
Yeah, I liked what they were able to do with that. All right, Daniel, exciting stuff. You know Ryan Ottley?
Yeah.
He's going to draw some Transformers for the free comic book day issue of Energon Universe. Ryan Ottley, artist for Invincible, drawing fucking Transformers. Can't wait for that.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Nathan.
Yes.
Remember back to episode 69?
Yes.
Where we reviewed Sex Criminals
with Chipith Zdarsky. His full name.
Zdarsky. It was announced that they're releasing a complete edition of Sex Criminals.
Nice.
And
like collecting all of it?
All of it. So 33 issues, I think, and then the 69th one shot.
That rat bitch lied to us because I think he said
he said he didn't like it. He said it could happen. So that's why I bring that up.
Okay, cool.
And it'll be a whopping $50.
That's not bad.
That's a great deal.
Yeah, that like averages to less than.
I have the hardcovers, but I want the big one.
Yeah, the big one, the biggest.
Yeah, the Nut Crusher. The Nut Crusher edition.
I hope they call it that.
They should.
And then he draws like some like kinky dude getting his nuts crushed or something. Yeah, that's awesome. I
love a complete edition.
I think that's cool.
That's like I don't know, putting like the series to bed, you know? Like you have a full edition. Got him.
Yeah.
Play him not intentional. So
good for them. Brian Azzarello and Eduardo Risso are creating a series for the Distillery publishing line called The Blood Brothers Mother.
Did that have a teaser?
It did have a teaser, I think.
I remember
and it
not
looks like some sort of Western, but with...
What a surprise.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if they have the price on here.
I said, what a surprise.
Oh, what a surprise.
That they're doing a Western thing.
Yeah. It's $9. It actually is, I think.
Jesus Christ.
That's steep, dude.
Dude.
I do like Eduardo Rizzo, but...
he got the riz.
He does got some art riz, that's for sure.
I wonder, like... I just think it's strange that, like, he would, like, you know... come onto the scene or whatever, you know, do like in doing comics and
Brian Azzarello?
No.
Rizzo.
Just being so like accepted with like his art style because it's like so like unique, you know. I think it works in like 100 Bullets because it's like an indie thing. But when you see,
is he on 100 Bullets?
Yeah, he's like the artist for that.
I don't think that's right. Eduardo Rizzo's the guy that did like
I'll
the
bet
Harley
you
Quinn.
$10.
He's the guy that did like the Harley Quinn book that we read.
No, dude. You're thinking of another guy.
I don't think yeah.
Riley Rossmo. That's who you're thinking of.
Oh, fuck. I'm thinking of Riley Rossmo.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. All right. I'm not as excited for this book.
Brian Azzarello will probably only work with
Eduardo Rizzo.
Like,
wait,
forever.
So what is 100 Bullets a Western?
No.
It's like a crime noir.
It's like a crime-ish noir thing.
Okay.
I think it's in like New York.
People like it though.
Yeah, I tried it.
Yeah, I think I have as well because that's a sick name, 100 Bullets.
Yeah, great name.
Yeah,
great concept.
Yeah, good number, 100.
100, nice and round.
That's when I'm gonna die.
100.
Yeah,
you shooting for that?
I'm shooting for 100.
Nathan, new book.
Yeah,
called Deadpool and Wolverine World War III, coming in May, with written by Joe Kelly, art by Adam Kubert.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and Ryan Reynolds, he like promoted it on like his like socials.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, which is neat.
What a guy.
Because I think he wasn't like in a teaser or something. He was reading like the current Wolverine one, which is by them.
In a teaser with Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah, I remember when it was like going to be announced that Wolverine was going to be in the movie.
Oh, he might have. I don't remember that specifically. Joe Kelly wasn't writing that though. I think it was Percy. But it was Adam Kubert. So
never mind.
We should read that. It's good, actually.
What? The current one?
The current Wolverine, but like the first trade of it.
With Ben Percy?
Yeah, it's fire. And Adam Kubert.
I could probably name like 5 other Wolverine ones I would want to read before that.
Name 2 right now.
Easy. Okay. Wolverine, Enemy of the State.
That's way too long. It's like 20 issues.
I don't care. First trade.
We're reading it all? Oh, first trade. Okay. Maybe.
And the Jason Aaron Wolverine run.
Which one?
It's like Wolverine and the X-Men, I think it's called.
Yeah, I've read that one. It's good.
Yeah, so
it's a little more silly. It's like a silly Wolverine.
So those are the 2 I'd probably want to read.
I remember reading like a one shot from Jason Aaron. I think it was his first work at Marvel, but it was just Wolverine and he was stuck in a hole. And he was just talking to the dude that put him in the hole. And
probably not a.
And then I was like,
this is a great place to start.
I mean, it's pretty sick,
I guess.
Anyway, Danny, you know what's?
Did you call me Danny?
Danny. You know what's stinking hot on fire right now in comics, but it hasn't even started? The new
Fortnite
TMNT
crossovers. Oh yeah.
Apparently they're doing a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Black, White, and Green, and it's going to be an anthology ongoing series with a bunch of different creators. I know Declan Shalvey is going to write and draw one. Tyler Boss, friend of the show, is going to also write and draw one. I'm really excited for that. I'm going to try and get one of those pages actually. And you know, Jock is going to be on one. So pretty exciting.
Sweet.
And then after that, they also announced that there's a TMNT universe book called Night Watcher, which is going to be an ongoing series from writer Junie Ba. Actually, I don't think we've read a book from him, but he's like pretty cartoony.
Okay. Isn't Night Watcher like what Raphael was in like the TMNT movie?
Yeah, that seems to be what it is.
Yeah, dude. That's fucking cool.
I like that guy only because Donatello was fighting him and then was surprised that this big turtle man was Raphael.
Like
fighting and talking to him.
Him and his other 2 brothers were with him. And then like...
Oh, yeah. And then he like leaves.
Yeah.
To go
takes his helmet up like, what?
Dude, that scene's so funny. Good movie. And then...
you probably knew about this, but they're like remastering like the old school Battlefront games.
Dana, I was just about to say that.
Comes out March 14th.
With online servers, dude.
Whoa.
which is big.
Dude, playing online on that game fucking sucked.
It probably will suck.
I got murked.
But
all
dude,
the
that
time.
is such an elite game.
Yeah, 2 specifically, because we played the tits out of that.
Dude, the just like that weird it was like barely a campaign, but it was so good, you know?
Yeah, when you're just like a stormtrooper, you gotta defend something.
Yeah. And then
like
it's
a
like
box for some reason.
or like there's that level on Kashyyyk and you're just like, I don't know, fighting whatever, and then all of a sudden you can be Chewbacca, and then all of a sudden you can be Yoda.
You can be 3 different types of Wookiees.
Yeah, dude. And I'm like, I don't know who this Wookiee is, but he's got a cool crossbow gun.
You can go in like the tanks and stuff.
Yeah,
dude. That game fucked.
Blew my fucking mind.
So much fun.
I think, a pretty elite gaming experience, that game.
Yeah.
And
I feel like we weren't even that big as Star Wars fans, but we loved that game at the time.
I think most of my enjoyment of Star Wars has been Lego and Lego Star Wars and Battlefront.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because it's just like it's so good. Those 2 games, I can't even explain.
Yeah,
but yeah, very exciting. Very excited about that.
Let's get into the book that we got, Nathan.
What did we read, Daniel?
We read The Invincible Iron Man by. It's called The 5 Nightmares. Is like the trade title by Matt Fraction and Salvador LaRocca. And there's also colors by Frank D'Armata and Stephanie Peru.
Yes, sir.
Or Stephane Peru. There's no IE.
Whoa, I've never seen that.
And letters by Chris Eliopoulos.
Oh, dude, there he is, sneaking in again.
He's everywhere.
So
we
this
can't
came
escape
out.
him.
So this came out. You said 2008 is when this came out.
Yeah,
So obviously they were working on this before the first movie came out.
probably. Yeah.
2008 is when Iron Man came out.
Yeah.
The movie. Okay.
So it's not like the movie took any inspiration from this,
Right. Yeah.
or they had any idea what was going to be in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
So what'd you think, Nathan?
I think this should have been called 7 Nightmares because every single issue to me was a nightmare.
Really?
I did not like this book. I think it's a bottom 5 book.
Whoa.
I think mostly what put me off is the colors.
coloring.
So fucking distracting.
They're insane.
Like
Everyone is so shiny.
everyone's so shiny, and I don't know if I don't even know whose like fault it is, but sometimes Iron Man looks like a different guy like 3 different times on one page. Like he looks like different people sometimes. I don't think it's like Salvador LaRocca's part because I think he's pretty good at what he does normally.
No, because he uses pencils, right?
He just pencils, maybe like the inks.
If these are just flats,
Well, no, he's the artist, but I think it has to do with the colors because it's just like,
no. There's 2 colors though.
Dude, both of them need help. And like
I think they did like the suit well.
the suit was good.
You know, like the not people. You know.
Yeah, and I wish he was just in the suit the whole time because like they do pretty good at making him look shiny or whatever.
And like spoilers, but Spider-Man's in the last issue. He looked pretty good.
Spider-Man looks pretty good.
It was just
Everything else that like wasn't Iron Man action was pretty lame. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
And I love Matt Fraction. Like pretty much everything I've read by Matt Fraction, I'm like, this is at least like pretty good, you know?
Yeah. I think
like
if
Defenders, Iron Fists.
I was thinking like, oh,
Sex
maybe
Criminals.
it's one of those runs where like it's just like this for like 2 or 3 issues, but I was like the whole thing.
Yeah. And even like now that I think about it, even some of the Iron Man action, there wasn't anything in there that was that felt like new to me. And I don't know if that's just because I've
It's
just
old?
seen all the movies.
Yeah.
You know? Or I've read comics with Iron Man in it, and you know he's probably done some cool action.
I guess I don't think I really needed anything new necessarily, but I was able to like ignore like the colors, you know? It was like, you know, a little it could be like a little distracting, but I don't think that makes it like a bad book.
Yeah.
You know, but I liked like the plot, and I could tell that there was good pencils in this,
Yeah.
you know. And I don't love like the fill-in issue at the end, you know, but
Yeah.
overall, it seemed like a pretty respectable like first arc in like a 2000s Marvel comic, you know.
Yeah.
Especially when you're trying to save the company, I guess.
Yeah, I guess that was during this time.
Because I don't know if they're normally like this bloody, you know. There's some parts where I'm like, oh, there's blood here,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of like terrifying imagery, like with like suicide bombers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I
There were
think
parts in it.
I think they thought they were being very edgy, you know?
I think maybe. Yeah, like there's like that part of it with like the bombers. I think I'm like, okay, there's something here to like work with.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess that's a good point. I haven't seen that
So
anywhere before, but there were like some parts where I'm like, why is this even a thing like at all?
Right.
And I'll get to it. But yeah, I think in general, I've seen I feel like there's probably better Iron Man things out there that I probably would have enjoyed more.
You know, this is like
the coloring, I think, is what throws me off the most. And then it just like puts this like taste in my mouth where I just want to be more critical of this book because I'm like, there's like subconsciously in my head, I'm like, I don't like what I'm reading right now. And I think this is the first time where I've pointed out that it's like the colors really fucking.
I think the first two issues felt a little denser because you're also distracted by that.
Yeah.
But once you kind of like ignore that, then it kind of flows.
I don't know if I ever did ignore it.
You never gotten to
because
a roll?
then I'm just looking at like, wow, this Iron Man, this Tony Stark looks different than this Tony Stark like 2 pages later. Like could be completely different characters.
Yeah.
If I didn't know better. So
make sure you take real good screenshots.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I'll do side by sides and stuff. I'll let you know because like
I wonder if we like
because it's
take
just
the
Iron
pages
Man.
And then just turn down the exposure if it'll just like fix it, you know?
Yeah.
Or the saturation.
I wonder like if I would like this better if it was just black and white too, like just like no colors.
Ooh, I wonder if that's like an option. Well, no, people would still look shiny though. You can still because it would still be like shaded, you know? Like
no, even if I think just like inks.
Oh, no, you don't mean like put like your phone on like black and white mode or something?
No, that's an interesting idea, but no. Plus, there's like a part of this era, I think, in comics that people were trying to do is
make it very adult, maybe?
No, not making it adult, but like just when there's action, they like make scenes blurry to make it seem like it's like an action scene in a movie that's like moving really fast.
You don't like that?
I've always hated that.
Really? I think it's
some
cool.
people can do it well, but
I think so. There's like
if you're just going into Photoshop and doing like a lazy like blur effect thing,
it didn't look like that.
It kind of does.
There was one panel I'm like, this looks kind of cool, but like I like when motion is like displayed and that kind of like works for that, but it can be overdone. You know,
I agree. So anyway, let's get into it. And I was like, gosh, 7 issues. But
yeah, buckle up.
Yeah. So Dana, we're in Tanzania, Africa, and there's some people that seem like they have some Iron Man tech implanted in their body. They like charge up and blow up and kill about 98 people. And this obviously gets the attention of S.H.I.E.L.D. director Tony Stark, and he gets briefed by Maria Hill of S.H.I.E.L.D. about it. And so I guess just continuity-wise, this is post-Civil War.
Yeah.
Which gives me questions for later on in the book, but...
That you shouldn't.
Why?
Because we read the answer.
We read the answer.
All right, I'll cut this out if it like doesn't make sense. But like you're talking about Tony not knowing Peter Parker's identity.
What the hell was that?
One More Day.
Oh yeah. Wait, is that what it was? Is that what happened?
Yeah, that's when like Tony Stark like or Peter Parker
talked to
like
Mephisto.
Yeah,
and then he's like, "Take my girlfriend." Is that what happened?
I can't remember what happened, but like
I can't remember what he gave up. Or no, Aunt May died. Is that what it was?
I can't remember, but I think he got his identity back.
Dude, Joe Quesada, so good though. Loki. I remember looking back at that pretty fondly. You know, despite people not liking it for like
it's not as bad as people think.
Absolutely not.
You know, maybe at the time, you know, when you're keeping up with it, it might piss you off, but like
okay, so then but they still know each other. Peter Parker and
Peter
Iron
Parker
Man.
knows Tony Stark, but Tony Stark doesn't know that Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you for that.
Yeah, I was like, wait
that
a minute.
takes away a couple notes.
I was like, wait a minute. And then I just thought for like 5 seconds.
I'm like, wasn't that a ginormous plot point?
Yeah. I'm like, I remember the cover and the panel.
Yeah.
And like the fucking speech bubble.
Yeah. Of when he reveals his identity.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a big point.
When are we going to do Civil War?
Dude, I don't know. I was thinking about that.
All right.
There's a Civil War movie coming out, isn't there?
Oh, yeah. Oh, in April.
And then we go see the movie. We're like, I don't know what happened, dude. This is not what I read.
This isn't Marvel. So like our best performing video, like guess what it is? I haven't told you about it.
Old Man Logan, maybe?
No, I did all right.
What was it?
Infinite Crisis.
Really?
So you know what we need to do? Fucking events,
Big
baby.
events, baby. Cash in.
Back-to-back events, yeah.
We cash in on
sell
events.
out.
They are
For like 100 views.
they are fun to talk about.
Yeah,
but
because they're just like, what the fuck?
we're like, okay, so Superboy Prime rips open the universe.
So I'm saying we do like
We should do
all
Civil
the
War.
crises. We do Civil War.
Civil War is literally the best-selling like trade of all time for Marvel.
Right. And we already did like the other one.
And then we do all the crises. I like that. Even like the shitty
The
events.
Batman, more Batman.
We should do all the events that have come out in like last 5 years. So we do like a Civil War 2.
The ones that we like experienced, you know?
Yeah, the ones that
We'll do Convergence.
I think we should go back, to like the events that we read, and we weren't like,
Dude, Dark Side War. Remember that in Justice League?
Yeah, I do.
That shit was fucking dope.
It was dope, but I think we just weren't fatigued by events yet, you know?
Yeah, we're like, oh, this is crazy.
Now we're all disgruntled, and we're like, oh,
we're
fucking,
like, everyone's here.
fucking, yeah, I know, we were. Even Civil War 2, I was like, oh my gosh, the Guardians.
I'm like, who's this guy, Mr. Miracle? You
Yeah,
know?
yeah, exactly. Shit. To go back, man. I think the first event that I was like, the fuck is going on was Secret Empire.
Okay.
Where it was like Captain America, and he's like, surprise, I am Hydra, and let me lift up Mjolnir.
I don't know which one got to me first, but I think it's just when I like couldn't keep up,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, they are a big commitment. Anyway, back to the book. Ezekiel Stane, who is Obadiah Stane's son, is an inventor for some firm, and he goes to a board meeting, and he blows up that floor of the building with some new biotech energy bursts that he like implements on himself.
He's got these like gloveless fingers that that shoot lasers.
Yeah, it's like the opposite of
Fingerless gloves.
but like it's only like the tips of your fingers, you know? Like
Yeah.
that last phalange, you know?
It looks like he put like olives on his fingers, you know?
Yeah, pretty much.
And they shoot fire.
Yeah. And meanwhile, Iron Man and War Machine are trying to figure out who's responsible for all these big explosions.
This like helicarrier looks like Master Chief.
Oh, dude, it does.
Yeah, like his helmet.
Wait, good design. I have a Halo tattoo, so I
Sauter
have to like
has
that.
just been like playing Halo
Yeah.
during this time.
I mean, 2008, Halo 3 is pretty big at that point, I think, right?
Yeah, huge.
Yeah, big game.
Probably biggest game.
I like this. I like this idea where Iron Man has been like keeping track of everybody that's gotten a hold of like Stark Industries armor and used it for ill.
Do people borrow it or?
No, I don't. But he has like there's this like double page spread where it's like in holograms, like all these people that have used the armor
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's kind of interesting.
I mean,
idea that
it's
you
just
keep track of
Rhodey,
that.
right?
Well, no, there's like all of these people, like all around him. So it's people that have like used it for bad. I think like Thor's like a part of it.
I feel like, okay. So like in like history kind of
Yeah,
thing.
pretty much.
Okay. I'm like, if you got like these $1 billion suits, like you better have a tracker on them, you know?
Yeah. He said, once upon a time, my designs were stolen and sold into the underworld. Suddenly, my tech was being used to hurt people, to kill people in some cases. So I think it's kind of cool they just kept track of that. And then Iron Man starts fighting some like foreign army trying to find the Iron Man tech, but he then runs into some more suicide bomber people with the Stark tech, and they're about to blow up. So
He's got this like undersuit thing that's like yellow.
yeah, so that's
And that's like what connects to like his outer.
is that Extremis?
I don't know what you're saying.
There's like Extremis, Iron Man Extremis. That's like Warren Ellis, I think, wrote it, and that's supposed to be like one of the better Iron Man runs, I think.
So you say.
But I think it's just like nanotech. But I don't understand.
It's like a nanotech thing, but like that, he always has that on.
Is that like a symbiote? Or
No, it's like just nanotech.
but like where is it? Because like
Under his clothes.
is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because like whenever he needs it, like it like connects. It's like magnets almost to
Mhm.
like the outer shit, you know?
Yeah. He does the superhero landing
Pretty cool.
at one point.
Love one of those.
Yeah. And yeah, pretty good fight scene overall. Like I wish it was just this like the whole time, because for a second I don't have to be put off by some of this coloring. But yeah, that's the end of issue 1. So issue 2, Daniel. Iron Man runs into some AIM goons, and then eventually MODOK, which is the mental organism designed only for genocide, not for killing. So
Dude.
this is like MODOK 2.
I don't know how you didn't like this book when this guy popped up.
I did see this and I was like, okay, maybe there's some hope.
I was like, fuck yeah.
Because I saw this and I was like, how does that work? You know, like, is this a different MODOK? Is this not normal MODOK? Is MODOK even a person?
Yeah.
Or is it just like a thing that was built?
Probably a bit of both.
Probably a bit of both.
There's a person in there.
Yeah. And so Iron Man, or MODOK shoots some missiles at him. They're like heat seeking. And so Iron Man has
That's
to
like his rap name,
those.
like MODOG.
MODOG. Ooh, I like that actually. And then Iron Man grabs MODOK and throws him into space. And that's how he gets rid of him. But then he's like, yeah, these aren't the guys that used my tech to blow up Africa. So he keeps looking. But yeah, I did not expect MODOK in this at all. I do like this. He looks like a little bit more futuristic or something.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, very, very fun. But I just don't know if this is like the same MODOK guy and he's just like rebranding. I don't know.
He's got to be rebranding, right?
I think so.
Because now he's into genocide.
Yeah, not just killing. He wants to take it up a step.
He leveled up.
Yeah. So he went past like killing. He went past like serial killer because that doesn't roll off the tongue as nicely.
Mm-hmm.
So genocide. That's where we're going.
MODOK. Make it work.
So there's like another bombing that happens in the Philippines and it hits the super team there called the Triumph Division. And what do you think of this? I always like seeing like a super team that's in like a different region of like the world.
Yeah, it's neat.
I always think it's kind of interesting because I always never know if they're like made up just for the story,
Probably.
Like
they're made up just to be killed.
Like a Philippine superhero team. I can't imagine that like, sells well in North America. So
I like this like Red Robin looking dude.
Yeah, he is pretty cool. I also think it's funny that the coolest looking guy is named Saint George. Who's that like guy in the mech armor with like a sword? And I'm like, okay, cool. And the Great Mongoose is a good name as well. So I like this team overall, but they get blown up. Ezekiel meets with the group that's like creating these suicide bombers, like medically, or like implanting that like technology. And they're just kind of operating in shitty warehouses and garages and stuff because they move all the time. They try and like stay mobile.
It's a very Saw looking setup.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Like they don't put like a sheet down because there's just blood splatter on like the bed
all over like the walls and stuff too, like high walls.
Gross.
So yeah, it is pretty gross. And then Iron Man goes to like a superhero funeral and has a very awkward interaction with Thor, who doesn't like him right now. He doesn't fuck with him.
Yeah, there's like Thor beef. How did that work?
I think it was part of Civil War.
Wasn't like.
But then there's like Ragnarok.
Yeah, Ragnarok was in that.
And so I don't know what their beef is. He didn't explain it. So, but there's just like they went to the same funeral, or Thor is there at the funeral and he's not making eye contact at all with Iron Man. So it'd be kind of weird. But Tony Stark hosts a gala and he like pisses off Pepper, which causes her to leave that building that they're in. And then Tony Stark meets Ezekiel right before more bombers show up and blow up the building. And that's how that issue ends. And this is like one of the examples of where like some blurry action shots, I think just makes it like not as fun. Because like when that explosion happens, I like to see some, details in the explosion. And this one tries to make it feel like you're pausing, the scene like right in the middle of the explosion.
Yeah.
And, but I think that's like, and I don't even know. I assume that's coloring that did that.
Probably.
And so.
Could be the editor.
The editor?
Yeah, that'd be something.
Yeah.
Because like it looks like it would look fine without the blur,
Mm-hmm.
Like we know how fire works. It doesn't like stay still.
Yeah, it's not like, there's not like hard lines of fire.
I think they're just like kind of being a sweat by trying to have everything so photorealistic.
Yeah, I think so. Issue 3. I guess Tony's armor was on under his suit.
The yellow one,
like the yellow stuff,
and then the outer armor like came to him quick enough to save him from the blast.
So like the blast happens, and then the armor gets triggered and goes to his face before he gets hit by the fire. Is that what's supposed to happen?
Yeah, by the bomb.
Wow, very impressive tech.
Yeah,
because if that fucks up even a little bit, you have armor flying at your face like past this speed of sound.
Well, there's like other parts, you know,
Yeah,
and then like it locks on, you know.
I know, but if any one of those fucks up and goes like a little bit too fast, and it's just going straight through your head, you know.
Probably,
So
yeah, especially at that speed.
I think it's interesting. And so he flies out of the building. He finds Pepper under some debris and puts her in an ambulance. Ezekiel, who was there at the explosion, also survived, but he's like all burnt up. And then later he's pissed that his skin is burnt and he wants something better.
The burns look crazy.
The burns look pretty crazy, but pretty good for someone having just been in the middle of an explosion. You know? And he's like, I need to wear something that can absorb the excess heat. Like, yeah, dude. You have skin. So I was like, whatever. And
there's something about how he couldn't like arrest him because of like,
yeah, he doesn't have proof.
Yeah. And they're like in like another country or whatever.
Were they for this gala?
Yeah, it's in like Thailand or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so there's nothing placing Ezekiel as like the reason for this explosion, but he's got a pretty good vibes that it was him. And Pepper's in bad shape with like shrapnel near her heart, just like Tony once had shrapnel near his heart. So Tony suggests putting in that like arc reactor thing to stop the debris from moving at all, so that until she can at least heal enough to be operated on. And then Tony explains to Maria that Ezekiel is trying to kill him to get revenge for his dead father, Obadiah. And there's an art change for a flashback, and I like this style a lot, actually. Like, even like the old, like even just like looking at the Iron Man suit, it's got that like retro feel to it.
Yeah.
And I enjoy that design a lot. It's cool seeing like the big, like hulking Obadiah Stane. What do they call him? Like Warmonger or something? Ironmonger?
Ironmonger.
Yeah. So I like that. I like that bit of it, but mainly because it's just like coloring flats more so than just like this supposedly modern style.
I like this hand.
Dude, they do have good hand like shapes in this, because there's sometimes like Iron Man's like
every bone in his hand was broken.
Yeah, sometimes like Iron Man's like throwing shit out of his wrist, and his hands like doing some shit like this, where his fingers are pointing like all over the place.
Yeah,
I think it kind of works actually. Randomly, there's like these Chinese mech raiders or something that try to arrest Tony Stark for his involvement in the bombings. So Iron Man has to stop those mechs.
Yeah, these like Neon Genesis like mechs.
Yeah, it's very, very Gundam.
Yeah. I like how for like the clouds, it's just like a picture of clouds.
Yeah.
You know? I'm like, you're not that good. That's a picture.
Yeah, exactly.
You took this on a plane.
I saw your explosion. Like you didn't draw this cloud.
Yeah.
And so he's able to like take out those things, and then he goes to Pepper to install the thing onto her heart because he found a thing. And then Ezekiel also builds a suit so that his skin doesn't burn off, I guess.
Yeah, because like the like blasters in his fingers have like been like upgraded from what we saw in like issue 1.
Yeah.
To where they're like internal.
Mm-hmm.
But like his skin burns off, which is crazy.
Seems like an oversight.
Yeah, I'm like, you didn't test this before?
You didn't think about this? Like, oh, let me have my finger skin over where the blasters come out.
I kind of like, as like an Iron Man villain, like there's this like bioorganic kind of weapons that he's working with.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Because it's like gross. Mm-hmm. And it's like a bit of a body horror aspect, especially having like the bombs like implanted in them and stuff. I think it's neat.
I think it is interesting to see biotech against
it's
just
like
regular
shit,
tech.
You know?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Especially with like the sketchy ER that they had.
Mm-hmm. I like these like glowy bomb things that he like shoots out of his wrist.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like they just kind of stay stagnant in the air, and if like the other guys like run into it, it explodes and there's a chain reaction. That was like the one unique Iron Man thing where I was like, okay, I don't think I've seen that before. It's kind of cool looking.
It looks like he's like releasing pollen.
Yeah, it does. He's doing the bees work.
Yeah.
So issue 4, Tony Stark plays like 12 games of chess at once with Reed Richards, and they talk about how the technology at the bombing sites were repurposed Stark tech. And I'm confused why he needed to talk to Reed Richards to confirm that. Like, you'd think you'd know your own Stark tech.
It's just like a MacGuffin, you know?
Yeah, he's like, I need to talk to a smart guy,
and just a place that he can do multiple things at once.
Yeah.
I feel like Mr. Fantastic kind of looks like a like a young Brad Pitt or
Dude,
something.
I was seeing that, especially like
The first one,
like this
and-
angle.
Yeah,
That's Brad Pitt.
I'm like, that's Fight Club.
You're not fooling anybody. Or like even
Or
like,
that's 7,
even
dude.
this angle. A little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah. I'm like,
Which is what
Reed Richards, or Brad Pitt playing Reed Richards. That's
it would have to be now. You know, like he's like,
he could work now. Yeah,
yeah, because you could put great temples on that guy and be like, this looks pretty cool.
yeah. He probably has great temples.
Yeah, exactly.
Or it's hardly temple. Like it in certain aspects, it's like behind his ear, which is weird.
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
But anyway,
Yeah, dude, look, it does change. Because look, I mean, I guess that's just like,
he just gets more stressed out as the game goes on.
I guess this is like shadowing. Like that's why the temples don't go into the
Hold
fucking
on in a
thing.
second.
But it's like that only the hair is like silhouetted, but only part of the hair.
You can like see like the brushes of like black that they just put in there to show like shadow.
You can see most of the brushes of like highlights and shadow, which I think
Yeah,
I don't love,
You just gotta
but I just like
blend it a little bit more, and I think you're
Yeah.
golden because this kind of like skin texture can work, but it's just like a
think
little
it's-
overdone.
I think just the highlights are too high.
Yeah,
But like also there's points where like there's a character in panels that are side by side and the skin looks darker from like one panel to the next.
yeah,
And I'm like, this is just weird. And this is one of the scenes where I feel like Tony Stark's face changes from like Tom Selleck to somebody just completely different.
right.
And so that's like a little bit distracting. But anyway, Pepper Potts is like up and moving now thanks to the Stark tech, but she doesn't want it because she doesn't want to become a bomb or like a weapon or whatever. And then Tony has to deny Maria Hill the technology that he used to help Pepper.
Well, she wanted like the suit in general, didn't she?
She wanted that technology to like heal soldiers
Yeah.
so that
She's
you know,
like,
there's not
these are like $2 billion a pop. So,
yeah, exactly.
and is this the one where he has like the idea to sell like old parts and like track them?
Yeah, that's what he
to
ends
the
up
black
doing, yeah.
market.
So, yeah, Tony knows that Ezekiel's likely getting the tech off of the black market, so he specifically gives his armor to a known black market seller, but he tracks it over like a couple weeks. And then we see like Ezekiel is planning the next attack with his girlfriend, but he needs more Stark tech, so his girlfriend starts shopping around the black market. And this, maybe the worst panel of this whole thing.
Is it the iPhone
The
screenshot?
iPhone, dude, it's way too small.
Yeah, and like
And it's clearly like a
she
Photoshop.
she makes it looks like it's a super long because it's like past her chin.
Yeah. That's like at least 75% of the iPhone just in the palm of her hand. And it's not like,
because like if we have it like that, or
it would have to be even like longer. You move the mic. That looks normal. Okay.
so that's where she has it,
Yeah.
but like it's not really over my ear, you know.
Yeah. Even, well, it
But
looks
this
even
is-
smaller because
And that's like,
it looks like the width of this phone isn't even half of
but
her
that's
pan.
like iPhone 1, you know.
I
So
don't give a
it
shit.
was smaller than this.
But like iPhone 1 wasn't like small enough to like be completely covered by like half of your hand, which is what this one looks like.
And it doesn't look like
Also, just draw an iPhone, right? Like he specifically drew not an iPhone in her hand so that whoever decided to make this
And why is the
decision.
screen on? Like
The screen is not on a call. She's calling someone. She's on the homepage.
I just opened my calculator, putting it at my face.
The only thing that would have made this panel better is if they had that old YouTube icon. Remember that shit?
Oh, that'd be sick.
The little TV. I would have let it slide, but I can't even see that.
Because it doesn't look like it's been, you know, like altered. Because you can like morph pictures to make them look like they're at different angles.
Yeah.
It looks like it's facing out more than it is like on her face.
Yeah, they don't.
You know?
Yeah. So it's just like, and I get it if like Photoshop is new at the time or whatever, but if you're seeing this and you're like,
Nailed it.
you're like, this looks good. Like clearly, I think they knew that this is off. Someone had to
Just
have.
do a black brick.
Just,
you know?
just draw it.
Yeah.
You don't need an iPhone. Like just draw a smartphone, right? Am I crazy?
What if like all the things that we hate
They're
is just
stealing-
like an editor is like, let's put a phone in there.
Dude, if it's the editor, like fuck that guy. Who's the editor?
I don't remember.
I'm gonna call him out. The editor,
I'm glad you brought it up though, because I was like, wow.
Mark Beasley.
Mark Bees is good.
No,
right?
Warren Simmons.
I don't know who that is.
Don't know who that is. And good. Honestly. I'm glad I don't know who that is. But yeah, that was probably like the worst panel I've seen in a while. because it has that shitty coloring, and there's a small ass phone in her hand. So Pepper is pissed that she still has the technology that saved her life, and
ungrateful.
Yeah, honestly. And then Tony reveals that it's actually like Rand tech from Danny Rand, like Iron Fist's business. And then she starts floating, and then Maria Hill calls and is like, "Hey, I found your Stark tech on the black market."
Danny Rand looks like Trump in this.
Danny Rand looks like Trump. Also, it's not Stark. It's not Danny Rand tech. It's Stark tech that he like put in her because he went to go find it, and then at the bomb site, and he found it, and then he put it in her. So did he just lie to her, or is there also Danny Rand tech in there?
Maybe also
why
Danny
is she
Rand
floating?
Because like he's telling her to like focus on stuff, and then she can, I guess, control it because it's a very powerful thing.
Sure. And I guess like the floating thing comes in later. But she just like starts floating, and then that like doesn't come up again for this trade. So it's like,
yeah,
okay, that was weird. She can just float now.
But they track like the shit from eBay or whatever, or Black eBay, whatever you call it,
Black eBay,
Black market eBay,
yeah.
And it's to 4 different locations, which is 4 of like the Stark Technologies hubs or whatever,
because they need to take out 4 specifically,
and those 4 specifically would hurt Stark Tech a lot. I guess.
I guess if they only took out 3.
Not enough.
Not enough. That's specifically the thing that they said.
Yeah, and like the bombs are getting bigger. Like the blasts are getting bigger.
Yeah.
So they're gotta act fast.
They're like, oh, there's a lot of people over there.
What if they're like, there's like 3 things shipped out, and one just goes to like Australia for some reason, but they don't have any Stark Tech shit. There's just some other guy
just buying it.
Yeah, buying black market shit.
Yeah, thank God. Like Ezekiel got his hand on all these. You know.
Yeah.
Like
he's the highest bidder.
Like if like the Tinkerer or something was like, ooh, some Stark Tech.
Yeah, or just like another collector.
Yeah, a collector, literally any other villain. So he's lucky he got it in. Issue 5, Daniel. Ezekiel sneaks into his Stark Factory city tour. He's got like a whole Stark city, which is not a good idea. To have
it's not
like a capitalist city built on like one company. Imagine like an Amazon city.
Isn't Microsoft doing that?
They're trying to, I think, but like it's kind of dystopian, right? Like if there's like an Amazon city, and it's
Amazon city doesn't sound cool. What about Google City?
It's weird. Like it'd be like a Google city in the sense that like the only place that you can work is like a Google job, and then you live in a Google owned building, presumably, because they built
You could
it.
probably buy units, like a condo.
Yeah, maybe. I'd only accept it if it's a walkable city, because that'd be kind of cool.
I think they opened one in like Tempe. Did you see that?
I did see that.
That looks. I'm like, where the fuck did they put that?
I know, dude.
I'm like,
Tempe's so fucking crowded.
There's no room for that.
Yeah.
I'm like, I feel like I would have seen
opened up. Yeah, we didn't see it at all.
It's probably like South Tempe, where it's like basically Chandler, but
hopefully
it's still Tempe for some reason.
I feel like I would have seen it when I lived in like Chandler, Tempe.
I haven't seen it go into the comic shop at all, and that's like the heart of Tempe.
Yeah,
because like it's more for students, right? And so you think students would be like close to that.
I don't know if did they say it was for students.
I guess it might be a little expensive for students, but still.
Anyway. Very interesting. So
I like Ezekiel's shirt.
Yeah, what is that? What does that mean?
Tony was right.
He says Tony was right, but Captain America's dead.
Yeah, because he's on Tony's team.
I guess he is dead here
because it's post Civil War.
Okay,
Did they kill Captain America in Civil War?
Not in Civil War. It was the prologue event, like after it. I think.
You mean epilogue event?
Epilogue. I mean, wait, was he killed in Civil War?
No, I don't think
it was in Civil War.
I think it was just like
Goliath.
Goliath had died.
And they're like, whoa, not fucking Goliath. And then they kill Captain America right after.
Not the big man.
Are you shitting me? But yeah, he is dead at this point, so I guess he's wearing a shirt that praises that.
What team are you on in that?
Captain America's, I guess. The thing is, I don't think there's necessarily like a wrong choice.
Yeah.
In that, which is what makes it like interesting. I think there's value to both sides for sure.
Yeah.
But I think Captain America's the main good guy in the way that they frame that story.
Because he just doesn't want to like register and he doesn't want to like answer to anybody to save lives.
Correct.
There's a movie. I don't need to explain it, but
yeah, exactly. I don't even know if it was like necessarily that, but anyway, so
that was a really good book.
Valencia blows up. That's one of the locations. And then Ezekiel is all suited up, and he gets the jump on Iron Man, who went to one of the locations. But Tony Stark tries to call in like a code black to evacuate all the sites. And you'd think that'd be easier if they didn't have a whole ass city. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So they fight for a bit. Ezekiel gets the jump on Iron Man. Iron Man tries to say that Obadiah killed himself. It wasn't Iron Man that killed Obadiah.
And he doesn't believe that, obviously.
He doesn't believe that. And so he
It's
gets
very,
mad.
Harry Osborn.
It is, dude. Yeah. And so he gets mad at that idea, and he blows off Iron Man's head. Iron Man's dead now, Daniel. Do you believe that?
Oh my God, that was so quick.
Like, holy shit.
We got 3 more issues.
I'm like, what are they going to do?
Two more
issues.
issues.
Is it just Ezekiel from here on?
So during the fight, Ezekiel Stane hits him with the hi-ya.
There's a hi-ya that was thrown.
And I was like,
that's sick.
Come on. You thought this and wrote it down?
Yeah.
And it went past an editor, you know?
And like, yeah, he seems like the kind of guy
I'm
that
like,
would say hi-ya.
what is he, 7, you know?
Yeah.
In karate class?
Some of the backgrounds get like super bland. And it's just like where are they even fighting like right now?
There's
It's
just
very
a
confusing.
warehouse,
Yeah,
I guess,
it
in
seems
this
like
city. Do you like his suit?
Ezekiel's?
Yeah.
I like the helmet.
I think the suit's kind of cool.
I think they did a pretty good job with that. Yeah.
Like for just like this thing that's like somewhat important,
No,
I guess.
I think it's all good design.
So this is the panel that I liked with like the speed lines.
Yeah. Okay.
I
I can
think that
see
was
how
cool.
that's good.
Yeah, because like these guys are going super fucking fast.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm. Question for you, Daniel.
Let's
when
hear
it
it.
comes to Iron Man designs, what do you like the shape of the chest light to be?
I like a circle.
I think I also like circle.
I
I'm
understand
pretty
the
cool with-
diamonds
I'm
or
cool
the
with
triangle. Yeah, it's like it doesn't bother me, but if it's up to me, I'm going circle.
But this one's not even like a triangle. It's like a Superman crest.
Yeah, it's like
And that I'm like, I don't know about that because it's like
it's like a hypotenuse triangle or whatever.
No, it's like a diamond shape.
A diamond?
Like the Superman crest like shape.
It's more of like a trapezoid.
I don't think so. Trapezoid's 4 sides. The Superman one's like the big top one, the 2 like little ones, and it goes here. So it's like 5 shapes.
It's like home plate.
5 sides. Yeah. Yeah, kind of. But yeah, circle I think works best typically. I understand a triangle if they're trying to like do something different. I don't think it looks bad.
Yeah.
But something that bothered me in this book, and it's probably just me nitpicking, is I feel like the little lasers that come out of the bottom of their shoe like should be bigger because it doesn't feel like these are like thrusters. They just feel like little lasers coming out, and I don't think they would like propel.
I think Salvador wants to still flex how well he can draw feet.
He does do pretty good with the bottoms of feet.
Yeah.
Where like Todd McFarlane would just do like the general shape of like the fucking thing. But there's like some thought put into like the gripping of like the shoes, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
So yeah, Iron Man's dead now because he blew off his head.
He has no head. I was like, did he just like turtle it or something?
So pops his head out.
He's like, hello.
Thank God I put some extra room.
Psych.
Yeah, that'd be funny as fuck. I would do a 180 on this book if that's what happened. But big shocker, Daniel, it was a decoy being remotely controlled, and Tony's in some other location. But he sends a bunch of Iron Man suits.
I don't know. I didn't see this coming in.
Yeah, oh my God.
It seemed like he was there the whole time.
I thought his head was actually fucking blown off. And he sends like a bunch of Iron Man suits after him and to the other locations. And then the real Iron Man starts fighting Ezekiel for real. So now we have just like the same stakes as like the last issue, I guess. And then Tony makes the call to EMP all Stark tech to prevent the explosions, which seems like that should have been an idea from the start. Because if he can EMP his own shit and he knew that there were bombs going to his sites, just like stop it from there, right?
Yeah.
And then just like go find Ezekiel later, you know?
I think he had to make sure he could find Ezekiel first, though.
Yeah, that's true.
But
like, I don't know.
My favorite like extra Iron Man design is this fucking big guy.
Dude, the big guy.
He's got a big ass light
like
in his chest.
He's so wide. He's got a big light.
This guy lifts. Yeah.
Like, You don't.
He looks like a strong man.
It's such a he does. It's like a Hulkbuster one, but just like the absurd size of that light is awesome.
Yeah,
I do love that.
It's like real big fake tits where they're like in your chin, you know?
Yeah, I wanted to see more of that.
Yeah, like I want a book about this guy.
Yeah, and so now that they're both like desuited, they have a fist fight. And Tony beats the fuck out of Ezekiel. And he hits them with you could have spent all this energy and time doing good, but instead he did bad. And then Ezekiel gets arrested. And then everything's all good, except for, that first explosion happened. And then it's revealed that the Stark Tech EMP killed the suicide bombers that had tech in them, that they were going to blow up anyway. And that makes Tony very sad.
Because it was like connected to like their hearts.
Yeah. And so he's like, I'm sad that those bombers died, even though they would have killed a lot of people.
Yeah, please leave. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that these terrorists died.
Well, I think like, no,
they were like
terrorists.
down for the cause.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think so.
And
that's like where the trade ends.
That's where the arc ends.
Where the arc ends, I should say. Yeah. And then there's a Spider-Man issue so that they could put Spider-Man on the back of this trade because it is literally this cover as the back of the trade. So should this be considered back matter? I don't know.
We'll just consider part of the trade. Okay. Because there is actual back matter.
Yeah. All right. Issue 7. Peter Parker's working for Ben Urich, who I thought died during Civil War, but I could be wrong. So Peter Parker is working for him, and he's put on assignment to photograph a statement from Tony Stark about the bombings. And Tony recognizes Peter since he used to like work for him.
Yeah, he roasts him. You work for a paper now? You used to work here.
Yeah. Seems like a bit of a step down.
Yeah.
Okay. So
but Tony is like, you can't be like seen with me because you like haven't registered. You know? So because he's an illegal superhero.
Yeah. After the press conference, Iron Man just dedicates all of his time to cleaning up the debris. And when an accident almost kills a dude, Spider-Man swoops in and saves him. Iron Man's like, can't be seen together. Iron Man leaves to go deal with just a different villain that he had scheduled, I guess. Like, I don't know why he didn't go get that villain right after this if he knew where this villain was. But Spider-Man follows, despite what Iron Man said, because he put a bug on Iron Man's suit to track him. And together they take out the terrible Tinkerer. And it was a good thing Spider-Man was there because his rocket wheelchair would have fucking exploded something.
And he didn't have a seatbelt on it.
Yeah.
So
that seems like, if you're a tinkerer, you would have invented a seatbelt for this rocket wheelchair. Yeah. So Spider-Man says he's just going to follow him like wherever they go tonight anyway. So they might as well just work together on the next thing, which is to stop Mr. Wheelie, I think is his name, which is just a dude in a big wheel vehicle.
It looks like the thing that General Grievous drives.
Dude, it looks exactly like that.
Yeah. And
except it's like enclosed, which I don't know how that works, but yeah. I guess that's like a villain.
Yeah.
Did Matt Fraction just want to do like wheel themed villains for this arc? Because there's
seems like it.
A dude in a rocket wheelchair and a dude in a big wheel. So
I like this like 3D modeled house that they just put in this. Like, did you look at that panel where it's just them looking at the house?
Yeah.
Like, no one drew that.
Like this?
No, the one before that. That one too, probably. But like, look how just like,
oh yeah,
computer generated that.
Wait, yeah, you're right. I didn't notice that.
I'm like, the lines are there, just trace it or something.
Yeah, no, it looks like
you can like the shingles on the roof.
Yeah,
are perfect.
You can tell that there's like some shit there. Interesting.
Yeah, that shit just kind of sticks out to me. They do it in like manga, like all the time with buildings and stuff.
Where they like render some sort of 3D model and then
either a 3D model or they'll just like take pictures of stuff and then do it in black and white,
Yeah.
And so it like, I don't know, you just kind of get used to it, I guess.
Yeah. I can understand that with manga artists because they're working pretty fucking hard.
Yeah. I mean, it's normally like just like assistants that do the backup stuff, like the backgrounds. But
Tony Stark goes to his black market connection and takes all of his stuff back. And that marks the end of a classic team up. Iron Man tells Spider-Man to go register. Spider-Man's like, not going to do that. I got people that would become endangered if I did that. but he did it anyway in Civil War, so I guess it doesn't really matter that much to him. And so Spider-Man leaves, but he does get a good photo of Iron Man being sad for the news.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how this ends. It's kind of fucked up to do all that and then take like a stalker photo of him, you know? Why wouldn't you take pictures of him while he's like taking out, you know, like the Tinkerer?
Or like fucking
or the big
clean
wheel
up
guy.
debris. That'd be fine.
Yeah, that's a good photo because he wasn't doing that for press or anything. You could have just done that.
Yeah, this is kind of cool.
This is a good photo.
The headline's like the head that wears the crown kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. And that's the trade.
Yeah.
So let's get into Back Matter Matters.
Back Matter Matters.
Joe Quesada cover.
So that's
the cover of the actual trade.
Dude, the other like variants are people I've like never heard of, I don't think.
Yeah, Bob Layton, Marco Djurjevic.
It's pretty cool though. That's a cool one.
Wait, that is a good one. Billy Tan, yeah, I haven't really heard of him. Brandon Peterson. These are all very like movie feeling Iron Man suits. Except for or some of them at least. Like the Marco one feels like that's movie inspired. This one feels movie inspired. Oh, Travis Charest. We know him.
From?
He did a Big Game number 2 or 3. He was that guy that Mark Miller was like, I got Travis Charest. He never does comics anymore.
Yeah, this is a cool cover.
Gabriel Delato.
Not as cool as the Ape variant, Nathan.
The Ape variant by Carrie Andrews. Love that dude.
And then, you know what? I'm sorry, David Aja fucking annihilates this.
He does. He does eat and leaves no crumbs.
He lives, he walks, he conquers. Yeah, no, this is cool.
And then some LaRocca variants of different Iron Man models. I feel like that's such a layup for like variant covers. Is just do the same cover but a different like different suit model.
It's like different backgrounds too.
Yeah, it is. It is. You're right. Dan, general Iron Man question for you.
Is it a quiz?
No.
Okay, good.
But just like preference thing. The nano suit kind of sucks, right? In the movies. It's not as cool as like putting all the pieces on.
Yeah,
right?
no, it's like a cop out.
Yeah, I agree. I'm glad you agree on that.
Yeah, because like I like it's cool when it's used, you know. But like if I had to pick, just like Iron Man 1.
I like when he needed robots to take his shit off. You know.
Yeah, no, he like has to get into like the thing.
Yeah, and then sometimes it doesn't work, and he's like, "Well, fuck." I like the force field stuff that he had going on in like Infinity War and Endgame.
Yeah,
I think that's cool, but I think the nanotech stuff is just not as engaging.
And then like it makes like bigger blasters and like bigger shields and stuff, which is cool.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's get into the poll list. Colin,
what do you rate this book, Nathan?
Oh yeah, well, I rate this book. Oh fuck, I rate this book the Buffalo Wild Wings that we ordered today, but then we didn't get. But like if we stopped there, we ended up ordering something pretty good for wings.
It would have been good, but something else would be better.
yeah, exactly. And I feel like, you know, I want an Iron Man, and then I was like, oh man, this is gonna be so good. We're finally doing Iron Man, and then I was just like, I didn't like, you know, we didn't get what I expected, I guess.
I give it like an Iron Man 3.
That's valid, I think.
So, you know, there's like some cool stuff in there, but mostly forgettable, and I can't remember why it's important.
Mm-hmm. Or I would also rate it like just like a grande, but when you put it in like your own cup, and it's like you start drinking it, and it's like a metal cup, and you're like, "Oh, I didn't wash this very well. It tastes like metal."
It's like somehow not as good.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So,
do you put shit in your own cup sometimes?
Can't you do that? You can like bring your own cup, and
you
then
just give them your cup.
Yeah, exactly.
I think you can ask them to wash it if you want.
I wouldn't make them do that.
No, they have like a little fucking like bartender thing.
I want one of those. But even that, I'm like, just wash your own fucking cup.
You get them on like Amazon. I'm sure just hooking up the water is like the hard part, but
yeah, that's what I don't want to do. What am I, Iron Man?
Yeah, it's like what's the thing that sprays your ass in the toilet?
A bidet.
Yeah, it's like a bidet, but for your sink.
Yeah,
for cups.
I want a bidet. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, people like break their fucking toilets like. Installing that. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be not that hard, but I don't know.
That's what they always say. They're trying to sell you shit.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, shove it in your box.
Pull this.
The pull list. What did you shove in your box? what you got this week, Nathan? Did you go today?
Big week for me. Big week. I got Ultimate Spider-Man number dose. Green Lantern War Journal number 5.
Who cares?
Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong number 5.
Is that the last one?
No.
Okay.
I think it's going to 7.
Oh my God.
It feels like it's going to 7.
You know what? I think 7 issues is like the worst like number of issues for a trade.
Would you rather just go to 10? Is that what you're saying? Or 12?
Like go to 10, make it 5 issue trades. Or like 5 or 6 max, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't...
It could technically... It could end the next one.
If you want it to be a maxi series, go to 8 like a man, you know?
Yeah. That's like...
But 7... Like this was 7, you know?
Yeah, I didn't love it.
Like there's no way that you needed 7 issues to tell whatever story you are with King Kong and Godzilla. You know what I mean?
I do really like this book, though.
I'm sure.
I read number 5 because like I have to. And I don't know why I never made the connection that like Gorilla Grodd would just like worship King Kong. But as soon as that happened in this book, I was like, fucking obviously.
Spoilers, Nathan.
It's not a big like plot point, but I was like, that's funny.
I would have liked to have been surprised by that.
Yeah, well, you should be reading it in general.
Well, I didn't go today.
I also picked up Daniel. Batman, number whatever, the third part of the Joker Year 1.
144.
144, and World's Finest 24, and Animal Pound number 2.
2, that's what it was. Still need to read 1. Did you read 1?
No.
Okay.
I think we have the Ash Can. Or I think I told you I picked up the Ash Can number 1.
I think I have both.
I think
it's different covers.
I don't know if I have both. But is the Ash Can like the full story? Or is it only like part of it?
Yeah, I think that's the purpose of the Ash Can.
Well, I think the Ash Can is typically like they don't finish coloring, but they give you the whole fucking thing.
I don't know about that.
And that's probably wrong.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So Batman, World's Finest. You know, I stopped picking up World's Finest because I'm like, I'm good. You know,
dude, it's so good.
I know it's good. If I want to read it that badly, I'll just read the trade.
Yeah.
Because I got up to like 20. I'm like, that's like 4 trades, I think.
Yeah. You are pretty behind. You don't want to
Firepower number 30, Nathan, the last issue.
Yeah, if we're talking about fucking books, you're 4 trades behind on
everything.
But I think it's cool that Somni was on like a 30 issue run of something.
This seems hard.
And was doing other shit, you know, at the same time. So that's cool.
And I think it's probably like a double size last issue. Because I think they didn't have one last month.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. So. I think it'd be cool to read that like all in one sitting, like not one sitting, but like as a collected.
That deluxe is gonna go hard.
That deluxe would go pretty fucking hard.
30 issues is such like a sweet spot for omnibuses, though, because like 50 is like heavy, you know.
Yeah. How long was Sex Criminals? Is it like 35 or something?
34.
34.
So that'll be a good one.
Yeah. I feel like it's not that big of a time commitment to read like 30 issues, but you could still really like sink your teeth into something, you know.
Like Paper Girls is like 40, I think. Or 37, 40. Something like that.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good size.
Like I think like Chew is 60.
Yeah.
With some spin-off things, but like I couldn't do a bunch of like 60 issue things.
Yeah.
But like I could think about if that was like half of that, it'd be a little bit easier to like tell people to like read all of it or something like that.
No, you can dedicate like a weekend.
Yeah, I think that's a good amount. It's like 2.5 years pretty much of monthly floppies. But anyway.
Yeah. So I'll get King Kong Godzilla. I got to read James Bond number 1 to see if I want to get James Bond number 2. Tenement number 9 comes out.
Yeah.
Super behind. I might as well just get it all because I think it's got to be ending, right? I don't know.
I would think so. They have another one coming up. So it's like, I don't know.
And then the Six Fingers.
Yeah.
The Ram V, or not Ram V thing, but thing that's connected to Ram V thing. The one hand.
Yeah, I saw that there, and I'm like,
so I definitely have like some homework. Strong. I have some homework to do before I like commit to any of these. But
yeah, if I give you wait, did you say that you're going to pick up Ultimate number 2?
I think I have one hand. I don't have Ultimate 1. I think there's second printings at Ash.
Okay,
so
I would say give that a read. If I were to assign homework.
All right,
because I read number 2. Because I thought I like missed it after a while because I think it was like a little bit longer than a month since the last one came out, and it's good stuff, dude.
So did you go to a shop by your work or something?
No, I go to the one that's by my house.
Oh, okay. When did you get home to where like you had time to like read like 2 comics and also go to the store?
I went during my lunch picked it up.
Do you work remote?
Sometimes, but the comic shop is like on the way home, and sometimes I go home for lunch and like eat something real quick, go back.
How far is your work?
It's like 9 minutes away.
Oh, cool.
Or 8 minutes during like lunchtime. So,
dude, my
close.
work is like 10 minutes away, but we just got kicked out of our yard, and so we had to find like a new yard, and it's in fucking AJ.
No,
which is another 20 minutes away
that
from
sucks.
my 10-minute commute, which was like perfect.
Yeah,
you know. So now I have this 30-minute commute on top of the hours that I work.
Brutal.
And so it's a little fucked. Time for a new job.
That does suck.
What'd you read, Nathan?
Ultimate Spider-Man Dose.
We heard that.
Got the Zella. And then I read the first 2 issues of the Batman Joker year 1.
Oh yeah, you just skipped to that?
I just skipped to that because it's not like connected, really.
Sure.
It's like it's feels like its own little thing. When I know that they're advertising like, hey, pick this shit up, it's like, okay, I don't need to be caught up necessarily.
Yeah.
And I'm a little confused by it. But Andrea Sorrentino,
I think it like plays off of like 0 year of the Scott Snyder run.
That makes sense because there was an editor's note that was like, hey, read 0 year.
You didn't read 0 year, huh?
No, I didn't.
I think I have it.
I think in the Snyder run of Batman, I went 2 trades in. Because it was Court of Owls.
Those are like and then the City of Owls.
Yeah, that sounds right.
That's like the best like 2 trades of like that run.
Oh, you think
it's all really good, but the first 2 are like particularly banger.
Yeah. Has he talked about like putting Gordon in the suit when they had to do that like weird DCU thing?
Has he like talked about it?
Yeah. Do you know? I don't know.
Like why?
Yeah, like because I can't imagine that was part of his big 52 issue plan. You know,
I'm sure he's talked about it, and I probably even heard him on a podcast, but like I just didn't register it.
Mm-hmm.
But that was a cool trade too. Yeah, I'm sure people didn't love it, but I thought it was kind of cool.
Yeah. And then, so Andrea Sorrentino does part of the Joker year 1.
I think I saw some pages. Yeah,
it's fucking crazy. I think he like maybe draws my favorite Joker, like the way that he does it in this, like my favorite Joker design.
Wow.
And is pretty fucking cool. That guy knows what he's doing. I like read his art and I was like, fuck. He also, you know what's also impressive about what he does?
Huh.
He can pull off Batman with like, you could see his pupils, like that kind of suit. He can pull that shit off.
Like Gary Frank?
Like, yeah, it's like pretty like close to that quality, maybe even like a little bit better. Yeah. Because sometimes it just looks like a little weird. Even some of the Gary Frank stuff at certain angles, I think is like a little bit strange. But I think it's like the same way in Injustice. Like Injustice Batman has like, you can see his eyes. And I'm like,
I think that works.
It just looks funny.
Yeah.
So
it's because you're just so used to the white.
Yeah. But the white ultimately I think is cooler. But yeah, I just love the way Sorrentino does it.
Probably saves time too.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that was what I read. What did you read this week?
I just read like a bit of Scalped. Like I've been
cool.
I've been kind of like working away at that.
How do you feel about it?
It's not a book to read when you're tired.
For sure.
But if you're like, you know, focused, it's like a really fun thing, especially like crime and whatnot.
Yeah, it's a really good crime book, I feel.
Yeah, so I'm only about like 40% into it or whatever, but
of what, the first trade?
First trade, yeah.
Okay.
And so I like it. I just kind of want to see how like the trade wraps up to see if that's something I want to suggest to a normie. But
yeah, because I think I went like 3 trades into it before that was like everything that I had at the time.
Do you recall if there's like a time when it kicked in, or is it kind of pretty consistent?
I think I had the first trade first. I think I got it from like Zia or something. And I was like, okay, I like this.
They like always have Scalped for some reason.
It's good. Yeah. So I don't remember much about it, if I'm being honest.
I mean, if it's always in Zia, does that mean it's good because people always sell it?
I think they printed a lot of Scalped. And I don't know. That's a good question. I never thought about that. I think it's good though.
Because there's always Walking Dead, you know? Walking Dead's not bad, but there's just a lot of it.
Yeah,
there's just a lot of it.
Totally. Or like Saga. You always see like Saga around.
You'll
but
see
they probably
those,
print a lot of it, you know? So I don't know. Yeah. What else are you reading?
Nothing else. Did you watch anything?
Didn't watch anything.
Did not?
I played a new game though.
Is it Hellraiser or whatever? Hellblazer?
Hellbinders. Hellbenders? Hold on.
Were you able to get on the server?
Yeah, so I was on reserve for a little bit, waiting to get into the servers.
How long did you wait?
Dude, it's crazy. Probably waited like, we tried to play it last night, I think I waited like 40 minutes
Yeah, it's
for a game I paid $40 for, which is a little cringe.
$40 a minute,
but it's
or
like,
$1 a minute.
It's literally that good.
Wow.
Yeah, like I mean, it kind of sucks. I just think they didn't expect it to blow up as much as it did.
Is it online only?
Yeah, you have to be online to play it because of the way that it like works. But do you ever watch Starship Troopers?
No.
Okay, it's literally that plus Halo.
I saw the trailer.
Yeah, and it's really fun, and probably like there's not even like really there is like a story, like a universe like there clearly, but there's not like a campaign necessarily. But the game is mechanically like so fun to play that I don't even care. Like I could be, just doing whatever, but it like shooting like all the bugs that are like infecting Super Earth, which is like what you're trying to liberate, is super fun. There's like mechs called automatons that are in there that you have to, do missions to either kill or extract people from certain parts of the planet. And it's just a very interesting game. It's just fun, dude. I think it like definitely is worth the hype that it's getting. So it's pretty cool.
For sure.
And yeah, good stuff. I definitely recommend it. I think I'm a little bit even late to this hype train, but it's great.
It came out like last week, didn't it?
I think so, but I felt like I saw a lot of clips of it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wonder if this will like
But
die
like,
out real
clips
quick.
always come out like the week of,
Yeah, this is true. So yeah, it's cool.
Nice.
And I recommend. It's literally like Starship Troopers, like that whole experience. So
Yeah.
shooting big bugs. But what'd you watch?
I finished the first season of Chainsaw Man.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. I don't know why I put that off, but that shit's awesome.
Cool.
It's just kind of like I was watching like other anime, and then I'm like, I was like watching like Jujutsu Kaisen because people really like that. And
You don't like it?
It's like good. Like there's like good parts in it, but like it's just kind of like I'm not hooked on it.
Really?
Yet.
Interesting. Did you watch all of it? The first season?
No. I watched like half of the first season.
Okay.
Which is like 12 episodes that I watched. There's like good stuff in there.
Yeah.
But something about like how Chainsaw Man is just like done. It like looks like it's like a movie kind of thing as far as like cinematography, you know?
Yeah.
Just like how like the fake camera is and stuff. It just like the vibe and like the pacing of it is just like so different.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that was probably like my favorite one that came out last year or whenever it came out.
Did Jujutsu Kaisen come out last year?
The second season did, yeah. Or maybe it was 2 years ago that Chainsaw Man came out. I can't remember.
I think it was last year.
Then I started Death Note.
Cool.
Yeah. It's okay. Like I like it, but it's like it's a great one for what I was using it for. I was like trying to like watch something while working.
Okay.
And you don't really have to like look at it necessarily because it's a lot of talking.
Okay.
And
It's like a
lot
podcast.
of yeah, it's like
Scripted
there's
podcast.
so much like dialogue, and it's not like action or anything.
Yeah.
And 90% of it, he's like in his room thinking about whose name to put in the book and shit like that.
Mhm.
Like 2 or 3 episodes in, I'm like, how did this go this long? I'm like, like, is there more to do? Like, it was just kind of
okay,
bizarre.
he did it.
Yeah, it's like starting to like kind of pick up a little bit, but
Yeah, people love it.
that's what I'm like trying to find,
Yeah. Like why people like it.
I'm sure it's like, it's never like in the beginning. You have to kind of give it some time and get used to it or
Gotta let
whatever.
it cook.
Yeah. And then we finished Mr. and Mrs. Smith, dude.
Oh, cool.
That show is awesome. I loved it.
I've been wanting to watch it.
You should. It's not like
How long are the episodes?
40 minutes.
Ah, fuck. That'll be a tough sell.
It's only 8 though.
Okay. Because I
Like-
do want to watch it, but if I'm watching a
Just
show.
watch the first one and you will probably watch the rest of it.
Okay, but my thing is convincing Sophie because she's really into watching Game of Thrones right now with me because I'm watching it for the first time.
Just be like, let's take a break.
She'll kill me, I think,
A
in my sleep.
hiatus. How far are you on Game of Thrones?
Almost done with the third season.
Oh, what's happened?
Jamie got his hand cut off
Yeah.
and then saved the girl from a bear.
Yep.
Pretty cool. Good guy.
Brienne of Tarth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Love her.
Captain Phasma?
And then, dude, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I forgot that was a casting from Game of Thrones. Yeah, she's sick. I think I like that whole part of the season. Everything else has been like okay. Like Arya's still trying to get back to her family or whatever, and then
It's like that, like the rest of the show. So like,
I'm like,
that's like her life.
this whole fucking place doesn't seem that big. Daenerys is like slowly gaining an army. Jon Snow gets laid,
Nice.
and then climbs a wall, the ice wall.
Oh yeah,
I thought that was a cool scene where they almost died. And that's pretty
yeah,
much
because
it.
he's like with like the wildlings or whatever, and they're trying to like get in there to negotiate or something.
Isn't that someone's fucking job to watch all of the wall so that people don't do that?
Yeah,
so why didn't they get stopped?
They're very sneaky,
I guess. And yeah, that's the gist of it. I like it. Oh, and then Sansa just got married to Tyrion.
Yeah.
And I thought this season's like definitely the funniest stuff from him, because he has to go like tell Sansa that he's gonna marry her with like his girl acting as like her handmaiden or whatever.
Yeah.
And so he's like, this is awkward.
What was her name?
I forget. Margaret.
It wasn't Margaret.
No, it wasn't. I don't know, something like that. This is the sassy one. Everybody knows.
Yeah. Anyway,
but it's good. Anyway,
what are you gonna read next week, Nathan? What are we gonna read next week?
Ooh, great question, Daniel. Do we know? Is there something lining up?
So this will come out on the 1st.
If not, I have a suggestion.
I will hear your suggestion.
Super Sons.
No.
Why, dude?
Dude, that's way.
It's gonna be so good. Wait for what?
An open week.
Is this not an open week?
Do you want to read a Dune book?
Doom?
Dune.
Oh, Dune.
There's no Doom comics, okay?
There's probably a Doom comic.
But no, Dune.
Will I get it? I guess it would be kind of interesting because I haven't seen it to see if I enjoy it.
Yeah. So
wait, when has the Dune comic come out? Was it in the last year?
So yeah, it's like out. Like there's trades.
Okay.
There is like an adaptation of like the OG book, you know? And that's like 3 parts. We just read the first one, obviously. And then there's also like a prequel comic that Boom came out with.
To the movie? Prequel to the movie?
The book.
A prequel comic book to the Dune book.
Yeah.
Don't love that. I don't think.
I think covers are by like Bill Sienkiewicz or something.
Ooh, good artist.
I remember looking into it.
Let's take a gander. Let me see these covers.
It's like a nightmare trying to look for them in like the Kindle app because there are the Dune books.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So House Harkonnen is the prequel?
That is something new that's been coming out.
The Waters.
I think that's like a
Waters
epilogue or something.
The Waters of Canley.
House of Atreides. I think that's the prequel one that I was thinking of.
Dude, I don't know if I can like handle remembering all of the houses while I'm also watching Game of Thrones.
Your mind's gonna melt.
Dude, I can't keep it straight for Game of Thrones. Hold on, let me see. What does this look like? It looks pretty good, huh?
Based off the cover. Or maybe this is Jay Lee.
It looks like Jay Lee.
That's pretty cool. Like the covers. I don't know who like the artist is, but so I think the concept of reading like the prequels is cooler because like if we just read like the Dune book, then it's basically just retreading like what happens in the movie, you know?
Sure.
But there's not going to be like I don't think there's going to be a movie about like what happened before, you know?
So is this like how the big worm gets made?
How they make the big worm.
They make the big worm, the popcorn bucket. Wait,
it's like the meeting that they had to approve that bucket. They're just spitballing.
That'd be good. I would read that comic. All right, so wait, what is it called? Dune House of Atreides?
House Atreides.
House Atreides. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
How long is that?
Let me see if there's like a trade actually. Hold on.
There is.
Is it on Comixology?
Yep.
Unlimited?
Yep. 112 pages. I'm down. Let's do it.
How'd you find it?
Dune House Atreides Volume 1.
There's. Yeah, the official prequel. That's a good size. Only 4 issues, dude.
Yeah, I love that.
I think the
whole thing was 8 issues, but they didn't want to collect it in one big one.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
Yeah, no. All right, I'm down. I don't know anything about Dune. I felt left out when that was the biggest fucking movie 2 years ago. So
yeah, on streaming.
And now I can be like,
you should watch like the movie too.
I kind of want to. I kind of want to see Dune.
Have you ever watched the Denis Villeneuve book?
Yes.
Movie? Yeah.
Arrival? Are you joking?
Was that him? Yeah.
I think so. I could be wrong. Let me see.
But no, this is like Dune is like incredible. Watch it with like the lights off and real loud. There's no jump scares, but it's just vibes. You know?
Yeah, Denis Villeneuve did Arrival.
Nice.
And that's like a top 3 movie for me. I like that one.
Good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would like it.
Dune?
Yeah.
Because of the big worm?
Big Worm is pretty cool, dude.
And Dave Bautista?
Oh, yeah.
My 2 favorite things in movies.
And fucking Jason Momoa.
Yeah, it's cool.
He plays like a dude named like Duncan, Idaho.
Let's go, dude. That's awesome.
I'm like, this is like a sci-fi book, and the dude's name's Duncan.
Duncan, Idaho. That's sick.
Maybe I'm butchering that, but I'm pretty sure it's Duncan, Idaho.
Okay, I have to look it up now. Hold on.
All right, sick. Dune, House Atreides next week. Thanks everyone for listening. Thanks for watching. Links in our bio. You can like, comment, subscribe.
Dude, Duncan, Idaho. Let's go.
Hell yeah. And like the chosen one, which is like Timothée Chalamet's character. His name's just Paul. You know?
Yeah.
It's like very funny.
That's awesome.
Like, comment, subscribe. Tell us
what better Iron Man books there are.
Yeah, tell us your favorite Iron Man book.
This can't be peak. If it is, I'm very sad. And I wish we would have waited 400 episodes to do Iron Man.
It wasn't that bad. Anyway,
it's fine.
Tell us your favorite Iron Man book. tradewaiterspod@gmail.com.
Let us know if you're watching Dune.
Yeah. Do you read the Dune comics? Someone has to, right?
Yeah.
They keep
There's
coming out
so
with
many,
them.
yeah. And they always look good. I think it's the font that they choose for Dune. It looks pretty prestige. So
what, like Times New Roman or something?
Yeah, I don't know. Something about it sticks out to me, and I'm like, that's a cool font that they did. But anyway.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Peace.
All right, bye.